Well, folks, I said I'd pop on tonight because it's a busy week ahead on the agenda. We have obviously a European game to go to on Wednesday night. So I've loads to talk about tonight. Obviously, the game yesterday, going into the Lazio game, the buzz, 7 points clear. We have lots to talk about. I want to get your comments as well. So you're all certainly welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching the channel, please do click and like and subscribe. It would be appreciated. We're doing a membership deal as well, 99p. If you subscribe and buy the membership, at the end of the year, you will get a Come on the Hoop sticker sent out to you in the post as well. But let's kick it off. How's it feel, folks? What a dramatic game yesterday. It was a game where it was real bland for the first half of the game, and then the second half, they had a couple of chances against us. Motherwell, you have to give them the respect that's deserved. They were really a decent team, well organised, well had them organised. They were hard to break down. I felt like we didn't challenge them. We could have had a couple of shots outside the box, but they parked the bus. They had an extra man behind the goal. So just a hello to people that are watching on Twitter as well, X, and also on YouTube. I'm going to start doing Facebook as well, live in the next couple of days, just wheeling me into this whole multi-platform stuff. So, hello, Peter. What a weekend. Very saw that coming. Big shout out to Bain. Thought he was outstanding along with Matt. Look at Bain deserves the appreciation. Two crucial saves. I know obviously Joe Harpy back in the sticks on Wednesday night against Lazio, and then obviously in the league against Kilmarnock on Saturday as well. The games are cooking thick and fast, quick and fast. Sorry, not thick and fast, but yeah, it was good. It was good performance by Bain. You can't fault them. Obviously they failed them, and it was a disallowed goal, but that was obviously the start of the second half. I just thought we were, regards to Taylor and Johnson, I thought we played really well, really well. Um, I think the centre backs done quite well. Scales and Larga Bielka, even when Phillips came on, quite composed. Yeah, he gave away one or two fouls, but that's just standard a game of football. Our midfield looks strong. O'Reilly obviously came up with the goods at the end. It was just a buzz yesterday morning, waking up to see O'Reilly signed a new deal. It was lingering. One of my mates said to me the other night, Danny, that was on the channel, who was like, Keith, have a feeling this is going to be the day O'Reilly signs a new deal. And it was announced literally around 8:30 that morning. So great news for Matt. Great news that we're keeping this player on a long-term contract. It doesn't mean that they're always going to stay out on a long-term contract, folks. It just means that the evaluation is going up on the player. So it means that clubs can't go in and think they can offer this amount of money. Celtic have a good chance of rejecting it. His wages goes up. It means that he's ambitious to win more trophies with the club as well and work under Brendan. He's praised Brendan Rodgers so far as well. So I'm delighted by Matt O'Reilly signing a new deal on top of Rio signing a new deal this week and Ralston. I'm going to be doing a podcast or a short video talking about Cameron Carter Vickers over the next couple of days as well. Hopefully we can get that done and dusted. I think we'll all be happy campers then. And then we can focus on the most important thing, which is getting a new goalkeeper in maybe January or in the summer. So let's go to the comments. Is it all certainly welcome in? Please do subscribe. Please comment below. There's no point of 18 years watching the live and you're not commenting. Interact. Tell me what's going on. Tell me your thoughts about yesterday, about Wednesday, about going forward, about this gap. And Celtic need to extend this gap. All they need to do is forget about what's below them, which is St. Mirren in second. Focus on what's in front of us. And that's this team from Rome, which we have a bit of history against, and Kilmarnock, which we have a bit of revenge on the cards against them, hopefully against Derek McInnes' team. Unless he gets snapped up by Rangers by then. So let's go through all these comments. Bring on Lazio, hopefully no Yang. I thought Yang just was not effective on the right flank against Motherwell. It's just trying too much skill, just too much showboat and stuff. And at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to do the basic things, which is beating a player, which could be hard in some footballers' eyes, and getting the right product in the box and delivering right. I just feel like Yang definitely not. I know some people have changed opinion over Yang in the last week or two. Some people said I should have been Yang over Palmer, Feyenoord and stuff like that. But look, we'll talk about Palmer as well on the podcast tonight. Great weekend, Keith. TAL, I know obviously what that means. And UTO from Thailand. I hope you're well in Thailand. What part of Thailand? The only place I know is Bangkok. What a wonderful weekend. 7 points clear above the zombies. Will never stop. That's the mentality, isn't it? Just never stop. I want to share this on Facebook. I didn't want to do a live on Facebook. It just wasn't in the humor for so many people coming in and annoying me. So I'm happy with the numbers we have here tonight. We have here tonight. So 22 watching. Great. Great to see. Up the parish. 1 second now. Keep the comments flowing on my own tonight. So folks, I am planning to get a former player on the channel on Tuesday night. If you are supporting Celtic obviously through the early 90s and before that, you know an Irish player called Paul Byrne. Paul has said he'll pop on Tuesday night and have a chat with me just about his career, about the club, about the management, about this season, and obviously about the game on Wednesday night as well. Get his verdict on it. So that's been posted anyway. Happy days, happy days. Let me know. Scales was class. Dub lad, me and the Dundalk man. I thought Scales was a Wicklow man, but he did get stuck in and he done the most important things. Look at people will criticize him for not clearing his lines and not pushing out on that player for when they scored the equaliser. But it is what it is. The 3 points are in the bag. Motherwell was always going to be tough. I said it on the podcast a couple of nights ago that this is not going to be a stroll in the park against Motherwell. People were predicting 3 or 4 nil, and I know a few of you there were in the comments were saying, "Look, I think it's going to be a tough one." Beale must stay. Oh God, they they're raging. They're absolutely raging, and leave them to it. I know Super Scoreboard will be buzzing tomorrow, Comedy Central. So I'd say we'll probably get a goalkeeper in the summer because Joe Hart's contract is up in the summer. Well, that's why we need to start looking and approaching and looking in the market and say, well, look at January, let's get this guy in, whoever it is. Let's get someone with a bit of experience. Let's not go cheap on the goalkeeper situation. We need to have a decent keeper. There's no point of buying domestically and hoping that a keeper is going to develop and be a cracking keeper. And let's not buy cheap as well. We're going for like the Scandinavian leagues or the J League or the K League. Let's get someone that actually has a bit of spine with them and has a record of saving penalties as well, and you know can be an easy fit as well and can get used to the culture. Who will be the front three on Wednesday? Good one. I'm gonna go for obviously Kyogo. I think he needs a goal in Europe big time. I think Maeda for pace wise, and then you go for Palmer. The James he done all right when he came on. Obviously, Abada is going to be out for another three and a bit months, so not point even talking about it. Hell, Mikey, one of our members. How's it going? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. So thanks to everyone that has become a member so far. 99 cents, and as I said, the stickers at the end of the year for it as well. So you don't have to buy them if you don't want to. Simple as that. If you do, you do. It's the options there. The super likes there as well. As far as I know, I've enabled all the kind of different perks of YouTube Live. So, Mikey, how you feeling after the game yesterday? I'm sure you're buzzing. It's just the scenes, like obviously with Motherwell scoring that equaliser. I was standing there. I was like, oh Jesus, we just blew it. Then we just blew it, and I didn't think honestly. I could not believe how quick we got up that pitch and got the winner. It was absolutely class, brilliant. Dublin Mick, evening from Lisbon. Um, Up and just blazing up and tuning in. Fantastic. It was a last minute just to pop on and have a chat, which is because I didn't really get to do it last night. So to pop on, get his verdict. How we feeling? How you feeling about the gap going forward? Is it going to be a 10 points in January, or will it be the gap will be bigger down to other teams dropping points? We shall see. But that's the front three. Back to that question, I go with Kyogo. I think he really needs that goal in Europe big time to lift his confidence. I think Palmer coming off that goal will help him big time. And Maeda for just obviously pushing up. I know someone's going to ask me probably on a channel tonight, you do go for 3-5-2 against Lazio. You don't change it. You don't change something especially when it's not broken. There's no point changing it. I think you go with the formation the players are used to. There's no point changing it around tactical reasons for a game against a team that's struggling in Serie A. They got pumped last night by AC Milan. They haven't been doing well in the league. They got a win midweek against Torino. You know, you know exactly, Jason. You don't change it around. You just keep it where it is. Obviously, you might change the players, the personnel, but hopefully Rio's good to go. I know he obviously got minutes under his belt and then he picked up that injury as well. But hopefully Rio's good to go. Hopefully he's striving after that new contract deal. Him and O'Reilly. You know, that's our key midfielders with long term deals. And obviously we brought home in as well. I thought David Turnbull done well when he came on. You know, it was a cracking finish, wasn't it? That's 5 goals. 5 goals already this season. He's flying. Is he the new Tom Rogic? Or could he be better than Tom Rogic? Time will tell. Time will tell. Tom was just an absolute go, you know, as I said the other night on the channel. And no one else noticed it was the fault. Scales of the fault. I just have to say that I think Scales, to be honest with you, he could have cleared his lines instead of putting that ball out for a throw in and then heading in the ball and then not closing down the player. But you know what? You learn from your mistakes. I'm sure the boys will analyse it and they'll learn. And okay, Phillips as well kind of turned his back to it. But it's the 3 points. If he drew yesterday, I'm sure a lot of people will be having a proper moan about Scales, saying, "Oh, he's at the costing us the game," blah blah blah. As a as a team, as a collective, they fought back, got the quick goal, shut Motherwell up, and got their fans off the pitch quick enough, didn't they? So good times. People are asking me why am I not posting pictures of the fans and the players on my social medias because I don't want fans getting picked out by the police or picked out by other clubs because they invaded the pitch. It's not my thing to do. I'd rather not post pictures like that on the me socials. Can't see the zombies imploding, especially when those people are fans. Like it's to be honest with you, as much as we laugh about them booing, like it happens to all football teams and football clubs. You do in there's been occasions in the past where Celtic fans have booed the team off, you know, and it just shows that the mentality of them that club is gone. Then they have a chance to maybe win a League Cup. They got pumped out of the Champions League. They were beaten by Camargue in the opening day. They got beaten by Aberdeen at home. We beat them with a half a team that claiming, and you know their heads are down. I can't. I don't think they replaced Morelos. To be honest with you, I know some people might laugh, but they haven't placed Morelos up front, and they signed players that had a drugs injury record as well. So form is temporary, liquidation's permanent, and it's going to happen. Has Bain made a case for keeping the jersey? Mm, Joe Hart for more experience in Europe. I won't put Bain ahead of Joe Hart on Wednesday night. No, definitely not. Maybe the league. You know, it's all up to Rodgers. You know, I think Joe Hart back in there. Obviously, his picture on Instagram cheering for Matt, and then the celebrations last week when he got sent off, and then he was in the dugout when we scored a tour goal from Maeda. So great to see. Great to see. Joe's a part of the team. Gets the whole Celtic philosophy. But as I said, this is last season. People are asking me as well on the podcast. Do you think he'll be offered some sort of role at the club past his career? Don't really know. Don't really know. I would like to see him stay, but you don't get rid of Stevie Woods. Stevie Woods has been a phenomenal goalkeeping coach. The keepers he's worked for over the years. Borich, Fraser, you know, Gordon. Gordon was a good keeper for Celtic, even though his distribution was poor. You know, he's worked with Bain as well. He's worked with Barkas. So he's worked with some mad keepers over the years. But yeah, see what happens. Another title in the bag. I'm not getting ahead of myself here. I don't think the title's nowhere near one yet. Yet you think you have one hand on the title by being 7 points clear. We have three derbies to contest. That's 9 points there. on the agenda. And then plus we have difficult games coming. Home and away. There's always difficult teams that are going to park the bus. But I know what you're trying to say, Red Scotland. Of course, like it feels like that yesterday. I feel like it was another blow for them. But we need to think about us. We need to think about keeping our players on form as a team, just getting stuck in and getting revenge over Kilmarnock, especially in our next league game. But Lazio is not going to be a pushover. We go back to 2019 when we played Lazio in the Europa League group stages. And we beat them 2-1 at home. Julian got the header, but that was a game and a half. Fraser Foster pulled off some cracking penalty. Not cracking, I was going to say cracking penalty save, that cracking volley at the end, and then we went to the Stadio Olimpico, and then James Forrest and the Cham scored for us. What an epic night. Our first ever win on Italian soil in European football. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. How's it going, Cornwall in UFC? Big win for Newcastle yesterday as well against Burnley. It was a beautiful Saturday yesterday for you, definitely. Last season when we got up to 10 points. I knew it was over. 7 points. Brendan in charge. We have 70 million in the handshake. I'll not get ahead of myself. I'll be honest. Wait until we play them in January. That's when then I'll turn around and say, yeah, I think you can start ordering the champagne in now. Red Scotland, you can start ordering that champagne. You can send one to me, Gaff, if you want. I'll give you the address. Yeah, I'll go live with the champagne one night. Only joking. Anyone actually think we could be bigger, despite the antics? I think what will kill them is salt in the wounds when we go back to Ibrox if they don't let us in. Like with the situation with them being 7 points behind, and we don't know how far we'll be ahead. I don't know if the gap will be closed if we drop points. Hopefully we don't. We see what the situation is when we go back to Ibrox, and I think it's March or April, whenever it is. And will they give us some allocation back? Because let's be honest, the fans were clearing out quick enough yesterday, and you could just see the rage. Just see the rage. I was watching on Sky Sports News last night, just screaming at Tavernier like, "This is your fault. This blah blah blah." But like, they're feeling it now. But like, it's their own fault. At the end of the day, they're going out and thinking that they're the most successful team in the world. How can he be successful winning one league title and one Scottish Cup? I just don't get that. Like, you can't be that successful in the space of 2012. Win all them honours. They're claiming 56 titles. What's that all about? Please educate me. Tell me what that is about. Because decent keeper and a happy days, we need a striker more than anything else. We do need a striker. Look, Kyogo's good. Okay, mom, but we need someone that has a bit of experience. If the Premier League experience or someone that's flying well in the Championship in England, looking at that Southampton striker yesterday, that guy Armstrong, Adam Armstrong up front for him, he was an absolute baller. He looks like a baller. Like I don't know if they're gonna let him. Like I'd like to see us get like a Danny Ings or something like that. Someone with a bit of experience. I know I can't see like the likes of West Hamlet and Danny Ings go, but like even Antonio or something like that. I know Antonio's in his mid-30s, but the guy still has pace. He's a powerhouse. He's a powerhouse. No way we're letting them back into Celtic Park. But that's when you need to have the conversation. Like I've said this so many times on the channel. A lot of you are saying not let them back in, but you are moaning that we don't get allocation. There needs to be a conversation between both teams. I know they started this, but I think we'd be bigger people letting them back in, and then a fall on them if they don't let us back in, and then everyone can rip the piss out of them. You know. If you haven't subscribed, there's 38 solid people in tonight. Please press that button below. Press that button below. There's many channels out there that have loads of subscribers that have been doing it longer, but they only put out 1 or 2 videos a week. 1 or 2 videos a week. Like I do be starstruck. I'd be like, how the hell does that channel have 10,000 views and you've done posted one video for about 5 minutes all week? Well, there's me sitting on my arse, coming home from work, traveling back from Dublin, trying to get the insights, trying to communicate with you, and they have more subscribers. Maybe because they have a team of 2 or 3 people. Maybe they look more professional. It is what it is. I'll get there. And the Derby ticket allocation has nothing to do with us being bigger of the two. The clear issue of them's not letting Celtic fans in to the tanking. It's and then there's a security threat as well for us as well. No chance of us letting them back into paradise. They've created this situation and cannot guarantee the fans exactly the safety of the fans. Definitely. He said there's no point of sending 800 fans to Ibrox if, you know, their life's at risk. Bottles are going to be thrown. You know, our players are getting milled with Budweiser bottles on the pitch and all. Like and then our staff are getting hit with bottles across the head. Definitely not. Definitely not. Different level. Should not be happening in football, especially when it's on the big screen. And you're meant to promote a derby worldwide. You're meant to promote this in their eyes an old firm. It's a Glasgow derby. It cringes me, folks. It really cringes me when I see Celtic fans posting on social media calling it an old firm. But yet you're dancing the zombie nation and you're calling them zombies. Use your head. It's called a Glasgow derby. They died in 2012. Don't be calling it an old firm. Don't call it an old firm because it's not an old firm. They died. How's it going, Sean? What's the crack? Sean the Mac, I think we be by the time we played them, the league would be over. Imagine we were like go like 13 points ahead or 10 points ahead by January. Like I've seen strange things happen in football, but we can't get complacent. Brendan's a good manager. He knows what the crack is. If we get it, we get decent players in, another one or two added to the squad as a striker and forward, not striker and a goalkeeper. Sorry, same bleeding thing. We will go there. You know, from my last comment, we should not accept this advantage to have no fans at a stadium. We're providing them the advantage of having. It's just, as I said, just sit down at the table, offer the alternative. If they're not willing to give us the allocation back, don't ever bother sitting around the table again with them ever again. Simple as that. It's been going on for 5 years now, and it's an absolute embarrassment. Embarrassment, you know. But I hope you're well, Fighting Irish. 1969. Lucky 69. Good stuff, Kieran. He's not talking about the allocation. How's it going, Catholic Rebel? What's the crack? Kieran Allen, what's the crack? Kieran again. Kieran's pinging the comments out. Don't let them venom back. Cheers, my man. One day you'll be like, I don't care about folks. This is nothing to do with religion. Celtic Football Club is a club open to all. Regardless, we've had some cracking players that have come from a Protestant background. King Kenny, Danny McGrain, the greatest manager of all time for us, Jock Stein, was a Protestant. So I don't want to go into this whole malarkey of religious beliefs on this page. This is a football perspective. Football. I'm a Roman Catholic. Do I judge someone else for their religion wrong? Completely not. Once the guys come in and do a job, wear the shirt, take in the history, understand the meaning of Celtic, and get stuck in and help us for success. That's what it's all about. Same with the fans. Same with the fans. We have fans of all sort of religions that support the club for the meaning, for the identity. So good stuff. I would sign a keeper. To be honest, I've never seen that keeper. I'll have to have a look at him. Definitely. I'm just raging we never got Livakovic. Instead, he went to that Turkish league, which is a shit league, terrible league, to be honest, which is overrated. Overrated. That Turkish league is definitely one club for all, 100%. A club like no other. So keep the questions going, folks. There's 35 solid people in here tonight. You know, there's only so much I can say without going to the blank zone. My starting 11 for Lazio would be Hart and goal, Johnston right back, Taylor left back, Scales, Phillips. Obviously, Lager Bielke is suspended. Home is suspended. So you go for midfield, O'Reilly, Callum, Rio. You go for Palmer on the left, Moyeda on the right, and then up front, Kyogo. I think Lazio are going to be out. Look, they picked up a decent result against Atletico Madrid, scoring the 94th minute in the Stadio Olimpico. Dying embers of the game. I can't stand Lazio. I can't stand Atletico Madrid. I think Atletico Madrid are the worst football team to watch. I watched them the other night against Osasuna in the La Liga, and it was a horrendous game to watch. Yet they won, but just just can't stand watching them. You know, Celtic is my religion. Laga Bielka is a weak link, and people were saying that about Starfelt when he came in as well. Just let the man settle. Let him settle. The more games he plays, the more comfortable he'll get to the style of play. Let the guy settle. I understand you're saying he's a weak link, and at the moment he's this and that. He will come good. Mark my words, he will come good. There is a player there. I've seen his good bits and his bad bits. I've seen his bad bits so far for Celtic, and I've seen his good bits for Elfsborg. And I know it's a step up from the Swedish league. Give him a bit of time. I think he will come good. And look at playing with the likes of Carter Vickers and other defenders when that fit with like Naroski and Welch. There's going to be competition there, and if he wants to make a statement at Celtic and be a first choice centre back, he's going to have to battle against these players at Lennox Town to earn the short, like any player. You know, no one, no one. There's only two players in that team that are undroppable: is Callum and Carter Vickers. The rest of them up for grabs. People might say Moyeda is undroppable because Rodgers is building that relationship there. Maeda is can be dropped. Be honest, he can be dropped because he's finishing. Even yesterday, he missed his pure sitter. Yes, he's a workhorse. He tracks back every blade of grass, whatever, but he can be droppable. You know, Maeda. The only disappointment is he just runs his socks in. Like I don't understand. People are saying he's frustrated. I'm frustrated that sometimes he can't finish his dinner and get stuck in and get a goal. But look at last week, the goal he scored against Livingston. Maybe goal of the month. You know, he's like Moyeda needs a bit of credit. You know, he needs a bit of credit with his due. Like once he like I even thought the first half against Feyenoord in the Champions, even the second half when he went to the nine, he was still running himself into the ground. And that's the type of player we need. We need people like that just keep running, running, running. And also people might say some players don't have that energy levels, like don't conserve that energy levels at different stages of the game. That's down to the sports science team to get it right. Let me see. Big lager, future of Sweden. That's it. I think Lager Bielka is going to be a serious centre back. At the moment, some people might not buy my words, and that's all right. We're all to opinion. That's why the podcast is here. I think he will come good. Big Beale will bring 56 only for Celtic. They don't have the money to sack him, and if they do sack him, they're probably going to go McInnes or go with Martindale. Honestly, they don't have the money. Like getting thumped out the Champions League qualifiers, that's hitting them in the teeth. You know, definitely. Oh, sorry, I thought this was a Safeguard podcast. It can be what it wants to be. Once the conversation's flowing, once we're laughing at them, and we're looking down at Saint Mirren and the Jers and whoever else they want to look at them. It's like the Empire State Building. Do you ever see that videos, folks? The two Celtic fans in the Empire State Building. Fantastic. So yeah, as I said, there's a membership there, 99p down below. You can buy the membership if you want, and at the end of the year, I'll rack up whoever's joined the membership. If they buy for 1 month or 6 months, whatever they do, I'll send out the stickers. You just email me, I'll send the stickers out to you. And happy days, you have something to give back to the fans. The only thing I'm concerned about with regards to Kyogo is Lazio are going to try hit him as a weak link, and I'm be honest with you, they're going to look at his injury record regards his shoulder, and if we need to give Kyogo the service, we need we need to go 4-5-1. I mean strong 4-5-1. Like I know we could do that 4-3-3 system, but I mean a 4-5-1. Having that player right behind Kyogo to give him that service, and if it's a case that you look at putting Matt right behind them because Rio and Cal right there in that middle battle out, but Matt in there. And Matt has been a battler as well. If you get noticed too much as doing too much one man band, you're gonna get caught making mistakes. What do we mean by that, bud? Is that Larga Bielka's comments? Once Naroski and Cartman Carter Vickers are fit, competition will be great for Larga Bielka and improve him as a player. Exactly, exactly. I like your optimism. Bill isn't young enough yet or talented yet to deliver 56 titles. Leave Bill at it. 53 even. How's it going, James? What's the crack? 7 up and chocolates. That's it. It might be soon enough. I might be 17 up at this rate. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. My Ada took the King of Kings for a while to settle. I've said this many times on the channel, folks. Henrik Larsson, won his first games, gave the ball to Hibbs. Hibbs ended up beating us. Carl Starfelt didn't settle till Christmas. Yeah, fair enough. Carter Vickers dragged them through the games and he got there. You know, Danny Mastorovic took him a few games to settle as well. Remember Big Dan the man? He was a decent player for us. Not like he was a bit old in his mid 30s. Dan the man was decent. Mastorovic, he was captain for a while. Done a decent job when Bruni was out. Big Dan the man stepped in. Um, Freddie Lundberg was just a disaster. He was just like one of the worst signings I've ever seen for Celtic. Even get that number 7 short just cringes me. But yeah, Moyeda, as he does too much, he's going to make mistakes. Every player makes mistakes. I just think Moyeda will step up to the game and wouldn't be surprised he scores on Wednesday night. I'm going to tip Moyeda to score. I'm going to the game on Wednesday, by the way, folks. So looking forward to it. Last Champions League game was Shakhtar Donetsk when Yakamaka scored for us that night. So hope it'd be interesting times. Lisbon Lions, lower stand. It's where it all started for me, folks. I always remember my first Celtic game, AC Milan, 0-0, Champions League, 2007, lower Lisbon Lions, literally 4 rows up from the goal. I was just like, kid at Christmas. I'm sure we've all have that European experience. It's phenomenal. But it's not about the occasion. It's about the players actually going out and put a show on. Like we all say Celtic Park, it's the best atmosphere in Europe, and that Champions League, the fans roar over the anthem and all. But like 20 minutes later, we want to be, we don't want to be getting anxious when they have a bit of possession. We want to be getting stuck in, winning them, winning that ball. Getting productive, hitting the flanks, getting Alistair Johnson up that right flank, getting Taylor up that flank, and Taylor done well the other day. He should be all right after they picked up that tackle. Hello, Mr. Moore. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping lit. 62 people strong tonight. Great to see the podcast up and striving. Sometimes I just rather do a solo, get through their comments. Sometimes when I have other people on, it's hard to navigate the comments. I'm not great at multitasking. I need to work on that. 33 years later, I still show you need a shoe. Test the keep. Look at Rio Atate has it in him. Callum has it in him. O'Reilly has it in him. That midfield have it in him to test the keeper. Who is Lazio's keeper? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the squad while I'm here. While I'm chatting away to you, because I haven't done my homework on their squad, to be honest with you. So they're 14th in Serie A. Oh, Jesus. But look at league form is completely different in Europe. It's completely different. Cheers, Dougie. Cheers, Dougie. There's a new member. 14th in the league. Obviously, you were playing at the San Siro. What a phenomenal stadium, by the way. It's where Celtic lost the European Cup final to Feyenoord. But what a stadium! So that's some good battles in the San Siro over the years for Celtic. But Stadio Olimpico is where we'll be going. That's where we'll be going in the group. We've been there. We've conquered there. We've beaten them there. Their manager's not too happy. The former Chelsea manager, the guy that smokes in the dugouts, he's not too happy at the moment. Let's see. Rotten Serie A. That's it. They were decent last year. Does Immobile still play for them? He's a good player. He's a decent player. Because he's gonna be a man that we have to watch out for. Just gonna have a look at that squad now. Yeah, Immobile still plays for them. Watch out for him, lads. He's a tough one. Luis Alberto played for Liverpool. Pedro that played for Chelsea. They have a decent sides. And how come they're not growing results in Serie A? Basic, he's a good player as well. The rest of them I don't have a clue who they are. Lombardi, I know Lombardi. Lombardi's a good player as well. That's really it. I can't, the rest of them don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. That keeper's alright. Yeah, Valverde. But yeah, I'm not gonna go on pretending I'm Gary or like Pedro. Pedro's still going. Pedro. Pedro's a good player. But watch out for him, folks. Is he injured? How's this? We'll smash them like that. Hopefully. I'm going 2-1. He has not been sacked, has he? I think the phone, the WhatsApp would be getting slapped around if you got the sack. How you doing, Anthony? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. There's a message coming through now. Wait. He has been sacked. He's been sacked. He's been sacked. He's been sacked. What the? He's been sacked. Oh, what a night! What a night to do it! Oh God, the scenes, the scenes. Oh, I'm good for Michael. Good for them all. I'm good for him. You know. Ah, Beale must stay. But he's at the getting the sack, folks. Breaking news. Breaking news. Oh, the scenes. We're all good, but at the same time, it's Comedy Central. Who's the man? Who's gonna take it? Stone Cold David Martindale. Is it gonna be Stone Cold David Martindale? What a shock. Scenes. Scenes. The big house must stay open. Live reaction. What a night to go live reaction on the channel. I got red. Brilliant. Brilliant. Great. That just shows that head they're just gonna lose the plot now. They be yeah, look, we've Champions League football to concentrate on. Don't we warn you about the opposition having a Clyde? Who cares about them? Who cares? We didn't want the car salesman getting the bullet. Well, we all know what that you just keep if he's a living in Glasgow, folks. Just keep an eye out for the sky tonight. There will be that SOS Graham Morty. That sign that will be out in the sky tonight. So watch out for the Graham Morty SOS. That'll be devastated. Devastated. Oh, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Go on the sheep. The sheep have caused this. You know, it wasn't Silence of the Lambs anyway. The sheep have caused this. The boys from Batadri bringing in Steve Bruce. That's if his nose fits through the door. Steve Bruce won't take that job. Definitely not. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're going to go. I think it'll be McInnes or Martindale. I think they don't have the money to be trying to. I know someone's going to say Big Sam in the comments. Definitely not. But look, we have Brendan Rodgers, and Brendan Rodgers has done a decent job. Brendan Rodgers has been the cause of this sacking across at Ibrox as well, because we went there as underdogs and we played some really good football, and Kyogo scored on the brink of half time. Big Sam. Big Sam has 100% win rate with England. Excuse you. Excuse you. Big Sam. Where's the money coming in to say? I don't know. I don't know. Someone's only cans or something subscription. Fear panic when the Celtic commands. Forgive him. Look, leave them to it. Leave them to it. I'll stay on for another 10 minutes, folks. Some unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. Because I seen a tweet earlier on something like about he's off to Cyprus or something like that. So they've sacked him. Crazy scenes. So Stephen Davis, Alex Ray, Stephen Smith, and Brian Gilmore are going to take interim charge of the club. That's what Sky Sports are saying. So there you go. Stephen Davis is the new gaffer. Big McGregor will be back to manage them. Could not make it up. I did, you know, I honestly, I didn't know they were going to sack that manager. This is a Celtic podcast. The news broke when I've been on. So, yeah, I'm not outside the big house corresponding on a Sesame Street gang go and take over. Oh, sure. They still have money out there. Mike Ashley, don't he? Roland Davis, eh? Oh, God. God. Stephen Davis is their interim manager. Oh, can't see them. Can see they're getting pumped in Cyprus. Who are they playing in Cyprus actually? I don't even bothered looking at their group. Is it Arius, is it? It's Arius, isn't it? The team that it's all coming out now. There's been pictures sent to me. Unbelievable stuff, folks. Unbelievable stuff. We're on the Magic 55 now. But as I said, if you can subscribe to the channel, please do. Please do. Be really appreciated. I'll do a video after it talking about obviously us, away we're moving forward, not about other matters that are going on across the Clyde. But just knew yesterday as well when he was asked by the media, we're gonna have that serious conversation, sit down, and he was asked, he was like, "Oh, I correspond with the owners and the chief executives every day." Well, obviously they weren't chatting to you yesterday. Maybe you got the sack this morning or this evening. Give John Barnes the job. Ah, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Beale sacked. I know. Madness, isn't it, Phil? Madness. As I said, watch out for that light in Glasgow. That grey Morty light is going to be out. I'm going to have to put that up now. But folks, I'm going to jump off. It was a pleasure speaking to you all. And thanks very much as well to Dougie that has purchased the membership. So if you haven't purchased the YouTube membership, it's like 99p. And at the end of the year, regardless you buy for 1 month or 5 months, I'll send you stickers out. Come on, the hoop stickers. So I'll leave it there. 7 points clear. Sadly, there's going to be no mole in Glasgow, but it is what it is. I'm quite devastated, but okay, top of the league, top of the league, fantastic, fantastic stuff. So, hell, Rory, can't believe Sefco. I won't be surprised to go for Pedro again. Yeah, look what they done to what's his name, Paul Le Guin, Pedro. Well, that was the old club. Paul Le Guin was the old club. They'd be crying for Alex McLeish back in as well now. Okay, leave them to it. Leave them to it. So I'm gonna jump off, folks. We got a good result against Motherwell. Dramatic win. We're buzzing. Our tails are up. We have Champions League football to look forward to this Wednesday, which I will be at the game. So I will try go on and do a podcast after the game when I get home. It just depends what mood I'm in. Depends on the results. But I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Celtic against Lazio. Let me know in the comments what you're going for. And see what happens. See what happens. So stick the kettle on. Get the biscuits out. Comedy Central ahead. So I'll speak to you all soon. God bless.